Namaste yogis, welcome back to the Yoga Pantry with me, Natasha. Today we're going to do some Hatha and we're going to work some strength in our body. Maybe about 20 minutes or so, fingers crossed. See how we go. So roll out your mat, grab some water and let's get to it. Alright, let's begin first just in a nice comfortable seated position. Roll out those shoulders, take some lovely deep breaths. Just see how that feels as you roll it out and roll back the other way. And release any tightness, any tension. Check in with your neck for a moment. Just gentle, small circles or large ones. Do what feels good. It is your body. And the more you tune into the body and the more you get to know what your body likes, what feels good for it, the better and more powerful your practice is. Remembering your yoga practice is not at all about how far you get into the pose, how your pose looks. It's about how it feels. And we want to practice today some lightness and some groundedness. So right now as you sit, allow your sitting bones to connect down into the floor. If you need to be up on a block or a cushion, or if you need some things underneath your knees to just give you support, go ahead and do that. We're going to do a couple of rounds of shining forehead, Kapalabhati. So take a deep breath in, exhale, another deep breath in, exhale. So now all I want you to think about is your exhalation. It's quite forceful through the nose and your belly draws in and it blows that breath out and the inhale just happens. You don't have to work on the inhale at all. Your body will do it for you. So here we go, deep breath in and go. And release. Loosen that up. Now I want you to come into a child's pose. So coming into a child's pose, release down. Deep breath in, exhale, and we're going to do that again. So here we go, deep breath in, and start to forcefully exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Peel your fingertips up. Sorry, not your fingertips. Connect your fingertips into the mat. Peel your palms up off the floor. And draw your shoulders down into your back. Inhale, lift the forehead, walk over towards your left side, extending out through those fingertips and dropping down. If the forehead comes down, that's all good. If it doesn't, it's all good. And drop your right armpit towards the earth. Get that stretch out through that side of the body. Breathe. And release out. Walk over the other side. Dust the dirt off your fingers. Walk over to the other side. Lengthen out. Fingertips connected to the floor. Palms off. Drop down through that left armpit. Forehead to the ground, or just let it hang if that feels okay for you. Breathe and stretch. Make sure you're not straining your neck. If your head is kind of hovering in space, make sure it's not being strained. And release. Come back to center, peel those fingers up again, release. This time, deep breath in, exhale, roll the belly in, inhale, take it up. Exhale, hands down in front of your heart space. Inhale, sweep up, all the way up. Exhale, come down, release. Roll through, tuck the toes, breathe into your up dog. So at the moment, it's a nice easy up dog. We're going to draw the body forward. You can drop the toes or tuck them. That's a little easier on the back. Lift up off the ground. Now draw the belly in and roll up. Downward facing dog. Find your down dog. We're just warming up here. Lift your sitting bones to the sky, roll your armpits into the floor, connect down through the pads of the fingers, down through the base of the thumb and the index finger. Breathe your heart towards your chest. Relax your head and neck. So breathe your heart into the back of your body is what I'm trying to say. And yet lengthen your spine here. So lengthen from the tail all the way out to the crown. Really feel that connection through your hands, right down through the hands, right up into the tailbone. Lengthen your heels towards the earth. Reach, reach, reach. Shake out the head and neck. Press up to your toes, round your back, let your chin tuck, let the weight come forward. Exhale, release your heels to the ground, release the head and neck. Inhale, raise up, roll round. Exhale, release, drop down to your forearms, interlacing your fingers. Stay in down dog if you need to. I know, we're working some strength here. Keep your elbows shoulder width apart, no wider than that. Relax that head again. Draw your heels towards the ground or bend your knees, widen your feet if you need to. Same for down dog. Breathe into it. Couple more breaths and then I'm going to let you come down. Deep breaths here. 5, 4, 3. Keep pressing, keep working the floor away. Don't get weak, don't collapse. And 2, 1, drop your knees, child's pose, release. Sweep your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and draw up. If you can, draw your palms together. If you can't, you can hook your thumbs. If you can't, you can have the hands wide. And if you can't do that, you can have a strap here and hold on to that. Draw it up and exhale, release. Breathe those hands up. Exhale, hands down in front of the heart space. Let your shoulder blades come down to the ground. Lengthen up through the spine. Just feel how that feels. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down. Roll up and through. Tuck your toes. Breathe up into your up dog variation. We've got our toes tucked. Lift through the core. Up into your down dog. Reach up and back. And breathe it out. Go ahead and walk up to the top of your mat. Now, we're going to run our hands up the shins, half lift. See if you can get length through the tail here, length through the spine, shoulders back, hug your heart up towards your, that's a big mosquito, sorry, up towards your spine. And exhale, soften your knees if you need to. Press through the feet. Draw the energy up through the arches, all the way up through the inner thighs. Draw the belly in, and your body should rise because you're pressing from the earth. You're using the energy of the earth, and the spine just uncurls like a beautiful fern. Crown to the sky, tail to the ground. Feel that length, grounded in through the heels, connected in through the balls of the feet, especially through the big toe mound. Inhale, rise, rise, rise. Now our lower body is always connected to the earth and we're rising up to the sky here. Open the heart up and back. Breathe. Relax the neck. If it's uncomfortable, look forward. Draw the belly gently and exhale. Hands down, ribs soften, shoulders soften. Inhale, peel it up. Exhale to the earth. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Bow to the earth. Shift your weight so that you feel like you're on the balls of the feet. And you feel like that energy is coming from the heels all the way up. And press and lengthen here all the way up to the tailbone. Tail reaching to the sky. Lovely support for the sacrum. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. If you need to bend your knees, do that. Listen to your body. And go ahead, right foot steps back. Let's rock those ankles out first. Clickety clack. Don't talk back. Drop the back knee. Front leg. Ankle lined up with the knee. Draw back through that left hip flexor. Right hips come forward. Sorry, that left hip crease there. Right hip bone comes forward. Belly draws in. If you need to pad up under the knee, do that. Now there's a lot of strength here in this leg. I can feel it pushing up. My belly is gently drawn in, so my lower back is nice and safe, and I'm going to reach my hands to the ground, and then I'm going to sink down through my hips, sink my hips into the ground to really stretch out through my right hip flexors and also my hamstrings on the left side. Breathe, shoulders away from ears, lengthening it up through the crown of the head. My fingertips finally touch the ground. It's all right if yours don't. It's all about the practice. And it's a practice. Every time we come to the mat, it's completely different. So we just practice with where we are today. Breathe, hold, belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Lift that back leg, step it back, downward facing dog. Tread it out. Reach your sitting bones to the sky, lengthen. Go ahead, step your right foot forward. Let's rock through our ankles. And then drop your back knee as you draw back through your right hip crease. Draw your left hip bone forward slightly. Keep your belly in, tail down. Shrug the shoulders back. Look for that length through the spine, from the waist up to the crown, and look for that groundedness in through the feet. Pad up the back knee if you need to. Remember, front knee pointing over your front toes. You've only got front, well no, you've got back toes in this case. And we've got that nice line from ankle up to knee, or even knee slightly behind ankle, but not forward of it. And now if you're feeling good, you can start to sink down a little bit more. Fingertips reaching for the ground. Breathe into it, they'll slowly come down here. Or maybe not, depending, this might be your tighter side. I can really feel that on my left side. And I'm actually feeling it in my quads a lot too. And my fingers almost just grazing the mat on one side. The other side totally touch the ground easily. This side, hello ground, it's not there. I'm sure they're close. Breathe, hold, keep drawing your belly in. Keep squaring your hips up. Keep looking for length through your spine. Beautiful posture. It's gonna build flexibility, strength, and grace. Now maybe you have an intention for your practice every time you come to your mat. Now's a good time to remind yourself what that is. When we hold our poses a little longer, that works the body a little harder. Release, there we go. Whew. Lift that back leg, step it back, down dog, tread it out. Breathe your sit bones to the ceiling. Breathe, lengthen, roll your armpits in towards your face, shake out the head and neck. Beautiful. Let's roll up to the toes, round the body, roll through like a beautiful big wave into your plank, press back into your heels, connect into those fingertips and into the knuckles and draw the heart forward. Strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, sink, child's pose. Roll up and through, inhale, exhale. Hands down, roll it up again, inhale, exhale, child's pose, roll from child's pose, tuck the toes, up dog variation, lift from there, downward facing dog. Go ahead and actually let's do our little hop forward to a squat, because squats are so good for your body. Bring the hands in slightly, bend the knees and step or squat to the outside of your mat. You can place block underneath your butt or mats or cushions underneath your heels. And bring your, either hold onto the floor in front if you need to, or bring your hands into prayer. Open, hold. Malasana, garland pose. Don't know why it's called garland pose. Breathe. Hold. Now I'm using my elbows to open up my inner thighs. My belly is drawn in, and as usual, my tailbone reaching to the floor, the crown reaching to the sky, finding that beautiful length in my spine. Breathe. Be with it. Be with your pose. And release. Open those arms for a moment. We're going to rise up to standing. So you might just want to release and come up how you feel safest, or if you're strong in the legs and the knees, press and rise. Inhale, exhale, hands together. Step your feet together, Samasthiti, or Pranam Asana, depending on which school of yoga you're from. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot back. Now turn it out. front foot faces forward, and I love to just cartwheel up from here. So our right hand slides up, and as it comes up, I can slide my left hand up my knee to make sure that my leg is nice and straight, and then take my left hand out in front. Now my body is centered. I'm not chasing here. I'm centered. I'm drawing up through the back arch of my back foot. I'm using my inner thigh muscles, nice strong muscles here from doing yoga, to spiral this inner thigh open and keep my knee tracking forward over that front foot. Now my hips in this position don't have to be facing the side of the mat. See what happens to my knee? It twirls in because of how my hips are built. For me, my hips need to be off on a right angle, on a 45-degree angle, and that way I can open up through my hips. I can draw back through my rib cage so it looks like I'm facing the side of the mat, and I have to work a little bit more openness through my body. Extend the arms. Let's turn the palms up, drop the shoulder blades down the back, gaze over the front hands, maybe sink a little lower. I know it, told you we're going to work in this one. Turn the palms down. Now that our shoulder blades are sliding down the back there, gaze over the front hand, breathe. And keep spreading the mat apart. It's weird because we're spreading the mat apart with our feet, but we're also drawing up through the inner thigh line, all the way up to our hips. And then the belly is gently hugged in, and we're drawing up that energy through the crown of the head. There's all of this lovely connection from the earth. We use that energy of the earth to bounce ourselves up into lightness, up into the sky. It is a light pose, not a heavy pose. If you're all collapsed and grounded in, it's going to be really hard. So find that lift. Use the energy of the earth. Draw it up. Mother Earth is here to help you. Hold 5, 4. You can gaze at that back hand and make sure it's not doing weird things. 3, 2, 1. Straighten out that front leg. Breathe into it. Lift and lengthen. Let's bring our hands up. Peel the toes off the ground, but connect into the balls of the feet, especially the big toe. That tends to roll up, and you want that good connection there, that strength in our feet. And then warrior 2 again. This time we're going to reverse our warrior by taking our hand behind us. Tuck it behind. That's the right hand. Left hand turns up to the sky, and watch it as it rises. Now feel that stretch. Try not to come out of your knee bend, but maybe sink a little deeper. Draw up through that back arch even more so you're engaging the back leg. Open the body, stretch out the front body. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it out. Straighten. This time, send your hips back. Reach forward. Reach, reach, reach. Don't go down. Reach, lengthen. Draw back through this left hip crease. And inhale, rise up. Warrior 2. Cartwheel those hands down. Go ahead, step back. Plank pose. And we're pressing up into plank. We're breathing into the back of our body. Shoulders are open. Heels reaching to the floor. 5, 4. Connecting through the hands. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Knees down, baby chaturanga. Elbows so the knees are all the way back as far as they can go. I'm just going to move this stick. That's more comfortable. Baby chaturanga. Elbows back towards the hips and shoulders no lower than elbows. Press up, sink back. Child's pose. Inhale, roll up, tuck the toes, baby chaturanga. Find your strength here. Hug. We're hugging in through the arms. We're rolling those armpits, elbow pits open and back. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, elbow pits forward. Hands into the ground. Shoulders no lower than elbows. Release. Inhale, up. Bring the body forward as you do that so that you can stack your elbow creases over your wrist. And one more. Come on down. Here we go. Exhale. Inhale. I'll tell you, this is easier in the middle of the day than early in the morning. I did it at 5 a.m. Not as easy. And then release all the way down. Breathe in, cobra. Tops of the feet on the ground, sliding down. I'm on a slight slope. Exhale. Bring the hands behind you. Inhale, up. Draw those hands back. Mozzie. And open, gaze forward. Gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze forward. Open the heart, open. Energy through the legs. Exhale. Fit onto my mat better. Bring the hands behind you. Inhale up. Lift those legs, open, hold. Bring the big toes together if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Actually, let's drop our forehead onto our hands. Rock the hips. This helps to settle the nervous system. One more time, hands behind you, big toes together if you can, wide if they need to be. Inhale, straight up, hold, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Hands down, forehead down, rock the hips. Tuck the toes, hands at low ribs, half plank, full plank. Downward facing dog, or you can go straight up into full plank if you want to. Breathe into it. Bend the knees, look to the hands. Hop to your squat. Hop to your squat. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Open. Breathe into it. Exhale down. Lift and squat. Lift and squat. Lift and squat. Lift and squat. One more. Lift, press and rise. Exhale, hands down. Step your feet together, hands in front of your heart space. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Go ahead, step your left foot back. Drop down. This is what we did before. I forgot. I think we actually went straight into a warrior, but we'll just have a little interlude here of a nice little low lunge to warm ourselves up on that side and turn that back foot out. Here we go, cartwheel up into our warrior. Make sure that front knee points over the front foot, knee back, straight in line with your heel or slightly behind. Draw back through your rib cage, but make sure that your knee hasn't collapsed in. Extend, breathe. Lift through the back edge, back arch, I should say, of your back foot. Sink a little deeper. Keep the belly in. Lengthen through your tailbone here. So make sure that you're not popping your bum out, but you're lengthening down. Belly is held in. There's lots of length through the body. Sink a little deeper. Hold. 5, 4. Sink a little deeper. Keep lifting, drawing that energy up through the inner arches of the feet, up to the center line of the body, the dantian. And then rise, peel the toes up, bring your hands up. Breathe, look for lightness. Look for lightness. Exhale, warrior 2 again. You can drop the toes, connect across the feet into the heels. Back hand comes behind you, front hand turns up, reach it up, lengthen up and back. Hold, sink a little deeper. Breathe into it. Sink a little deeper. Work those legs. Now keep working the legs. Make sure that you're drawing that energy up through your body and you're lengthening your spine and you're not collapsing anywhere. Inhale. Warrior 2, lengthen. Reach, reach, reach. Hold. 5, 4, 3. Keep drawing up through that inner leg area. Keep connecting through the whole foot all the way up. Keep lengthening through your core. Go ahead, bend front knee, turn that back foot in, cartwheel down, and let's step back into our plank. And now we're going to tap shoulders if you can. Now the trick is to try not to let your hips wobble open, but just touch, touch, touch. You got to pull up through your core. Hold, pull, breathe. 2 more. And that's it. Knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga, your choice. Down, cobra, lift, sink, child's pose. Breathe. Palms of the hands together, walk your shoulders out. Hold. 5. Point fingers to the sky. 4. 3. 2. 1, release, roll up, Vajrasana. Last little stretch, and then we are cooling down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, come on down, roll up and through. Knee, chaturanga, up dog. I decided to do that halfway through. Downward facing dog. Make your way to down dog however you need to. Bend the knees, step, walk or float to the top of your mat. Power up to standing. Exhale, hands down in front of us. Now, spread the feet hip width apart, hands in front of you. Find your balance, gaze in front. Inhale, take those hands up. Slightly soften the knees, sink the hips back, just slightly, not a full chair, just slightly. We're going to come up to our toes and lift as high as you can go. Hold. Find your balance, work the toe strength, spread the weight from the big toe mound out to the little toe. See if you can connect your little toe to the ground. Draw up through the inner thighs. Make sure the knees aren't splaying open or turning in. Belly is held in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hard in the wind. If you can, stay on the toes. Sink it down. Toe balance. Hands in front of your heart space. Hold. 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 Power up to standing. And step. Right foot back. Looking for that lovely open stance, like you're coming into a warrior two, except you're not. We're going to do triangle. So slide those hips back, extend forward through the hand, like you're reaching forward, but you're also reaching back. Open the top rib cage to the sky. Draw up through the inner thigh, bend your knee if you need to, but make sure you're connecting this muscle here. Can you see that? Gloop. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, connect. Draw back through that rib crease, lengthen, and then reach anywhere along the leg. If you want to, you can bring your hand to your hip first so you open up your ribs. Hang here, or reach for the ground, only if you can create length through your body. Reach your top hand to the sky, gaze up. Keep working length, keep opening through the rib cage. Use a block if you need to, and if you want to extend, extend your arm out. Breathe, hold, hold. Oh, I can feel my quad shaking, shaking. 5, 4, 3, 2. There we go. I got control of it. I just had to contract it a little bit more. 1. Look down, soften the knee. Warrior two. Exhale, hands either to this position or down to the ground, extended side angle, open through your rib cage, reach through that back foot, draw up through the back arch. Extend your arm if you want to. And if you want to, bring the hand behind you, lower down, bring your lower hand underneath and through, bind the pose, open your heart, hold. 10, 9, keep breathing. And you look anywhere that feels good for your neck and your shoulders and your head, okay? Where are we at? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power up. Straighten. Turn the feet in. Exhale. What's this guy called? I don't know, wings out. Tail back, lengthen. Bring your hands behind you, interlace and come on down, let the arms come through. Stretch it out. Those toes are facing out here, both sides, drawing up through the inner thighs. Energize through your heels and lift through the arches. Work the arches of your feet. You don't want collapsed arches here, so work strength into them. And then press. And rise. Turn your back foot to the back mat. So now we're facing the other way. Breathe into it. Extend out into your warrior two. Triangle pose, not warrior two. Lengthen. Draw back through this back hip. Draw up through the inner thigh. Reach the body forward and back. It's like you're getting pulled in both directions. And then when you're ready, you can bring your hand to your hip. Open up or extend all the way down. Lengthen. Lengthen through the torso here. If you need to be higher to find that length, do that. It's so much more satisfying than being in one of these things. Lengthen it out, be safe, watch your body, work your spine, find lightness, gaze to the ceiling or gaze down if you need to. Shoulders away from your ears, making length, spreading your arms apart, spreading your spine apart, connecting through your feet, drawing through your arches, relaxing your toes and working your balls of your feet. So many things to think about, and you don't have to do them all at once. Over time they'll all become automatic and you'll be able to check in, but when you're just starting out, just pick one thing to keep reminding yourself about: your spine or your feet. Those two are pretty key. Breathing into it and then gazing down, bend that front knee, rise up into our warrior two. Beautiful. Hold. And then we're going to come into our side angle pose. So you can either just rest here a little higher, you can rest onto a block, or you can bring your hand all the way down, extend the other one up and extend the arm. I didn't extend the arm before in triangle, I forgot. Breathe and hold. Lift through that back arch, but make sure the mound of the big toe is connecting. Open through your body. Feel the reach of your body. Feel the strength of your body. Fall in love with your body. That's what yoga truly does. It lets you fall in love with all of who you are. And if you want to, sink it on down, bind the pose. I'll show you what it looks like from here. And I'll go back now so that I know where I'm at. Hold, open, open and hold. And if you're not binding, just hold there anyway. Make sure your head and neck is comfortable. You can move it around. Keep opening your heart. Try not to collapse forward and press and rise. Rise up, turn the feet in. Exhale, drinking bird. Reach those hands behind you, clasp them, draw the shoulder blades together, raise your arms to the sky, lengthen your spine from tail to crown. Maybe your head touches the ground, maybe it doesn't. Who cares? It's all about how it feels. Does it feel satisfying? Does it feel like you're doing good things to your body? It may feel challenging. That's all good. You don't want pain. You don't want shooting sharp pain. You don't want crazy tinglings. You want to love yourself to health. And press and rise. Let's turn our feet out, come into one little goddess. Open. Sink a little lower and release. And roll it out, shake it out, step the feet together, shake it all out. To loosen all of that up, we're going to soften our knees and do a nice little spinal twist. Just a gentle one. Let your arms tap your kidneys or your shoulders. Again, we're doing what feels good here. And release. God, that feels so good. See? Energized, vitalized. Good, good, good. Let's come to seated. Alrighty. Come into a nice seated position. Let's take right knee over left if you can. If you can't, it's all good. Just do this in a cross-legged position. Cow face pose, Gomukhasana. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure that your right hip bone is connected to the floor. Otherwise, do the old square pose if that's good for you, or cross-legged position. Take a moment. Let's just take a moment and get grounded. We've worked hard. We've worked some serious muscle groups in our body. We just want to stretch and open the hips. Inhale. Maybe reach forward. And with every subsequent exhale, allow yourself to come forward a little bit more. Inhale, release. Release the right leg. Pull the left leg out slightly. Drop your right leg straight down. Draw the flesh out from the right sitting bone. Lift and lengthen. And exhale using a strap or reaching for your leg or your pants or your foot. Heart towards your toes. Inhale a little bit more. And exhale, lower a little bit more. Just see where you can go. If you're feeling tightness, if you're feeling a stretch, just stay there. But if you are super comfortable, your body touches your thighs, go ahead and surrender to the ground. Breastbone in line with the inner thigh here. Inhale, rise up, and we're going to do a little twist. So taking your hand across to your bent knee, lift and lengthen, and exhale, twist. And if you want to, you can bring your left hand behind, tuck it in to your thigh, lift through the spine, and continue to rotate from the belly button. Sacrum stays pretty stable here. There's no wrenching from here. The rotation happens from the waist because that's what the waist is for. And then release that out. Extend, shake it out. Other side. Oh, forgot which side we were going. Left leg over the right this time. Settle your hips down. Make sure your left sitting bone can touch the ground. Otherwise, cross-legged position is all good. Do what your hips need them to do today. Breathe in, nice and tall. Look for that length through your spine, freedom through the head and the neck. Celebrate your body, celebrate your beautiful, wonderful spine. It is so strong. And when you're ready, as you exhale, start to creep yourself forward. I'll stay on my mat, so I'll turn this way. And as you surrender here, really think about how amazing your body is. You know, every body is completely unique and individual, and your body is just amazing as the next person. It has the capabilities to do whatever you can imagine. If you can imagine it, you've got the skills and the capabilities to do it, because you know what? The universe wouldn't give you a desire that you weren't able to fulfill. And release out. Release. That left leg out in front. Bring your right leg to your inner thigh. Walk those sitting bones back. Maybe lift them onto a block or a blanket if you need to, or a cushion. Lift through the spine again. That beautiful, wonderful spine. Hopefully you're feeling pretty good about now. Inhale and exhale, reaching for your foot or your leg or a strap, and surrendering to your breath. And as you sit into these places, sit into your body and send it love. And if there are parts of your body that maybe you don't like so much, send it love. The more you fall in love with the parts you don't like, the more you fall in love with all of who you are. Now, I always used to have a thing about my breasts because I don't have big breasts, but you know what? I'm so glad that I have the breasts that I have now, because they allow me to do things in yoga that I wouldn't be able to do if I had giant jubblies. Nothing wrong with giant jubblies. If I had them, I would love them too. But you gotta love what you've got. I don't think surgery is the answer. If that works for you, it's all good. But really, if you see the essence of who you are, if you see what people who love you see in you, then you will totally accept yourself for who you are, fully, wholly, completely, because you're amazing. Our bodies are amazing. They're these little universes inside of universes inside of universes where all of these processes just happen. So amazing. Every morning wake up and be thankful for the body you have, for the life you have, for the skills that you have, for the person that you are. There is truly no accident that you are on this planet. You have something really special to offer. Know that, trust that. And if you don't know what it is right now, it will reveal itself to you in time. And let's release out from there. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Twists are beautifully detoxifying for our bodies. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, twist back. And if you want to, you can bring that hand behind you. Reach for your thigh. Open up. Lengthen through the spine. Remember, no wrenching around. It all happens from the waist up. Softness and ease through the hips and down. And then gently release out from there. Extend your legs. Lie down. Oh, yes. Let's come into a reclined butterfly. Let me turn this way. The view is better for you all. And let those legs drop down to the ground. If you want, you can bring your hands overhead, interlace your fingers. Breathe. We might just do a couple more things just to round out our practice today. Bring those knees up and bring your hands down by your sides, and feet are hip width apart, hips are hip width apart. Roll up, lift and lengthen into your bridge. If it's comfortable, walk your shoulders underneath you, clasp your hands, create a little space for your chin and your chest. Spiral your inner thighs down to the ground. Breathe and hold. 5, 4, connect down through those feet. 3, 2, 1, gently come down. Now you can do that again. Repeat it if that felt good, or if you want to go into a good old wheel pose. You can walk your feet in a little bit more if that's comfy for you. Turn your fingers in towards your shoulders and rise to your head first. I know sometimes we want to go straight up there, but embrace the process. So up to the crown of the head first, and then press and rise from here. Open through the heart, breathe and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crown of the head to the ground, nice and slowly. Control, release, come down. Hug your knees in. Breathe into it, lengthen your spine out. A lovely one for our spine and our shoulders here is to grab hold of our knees, let them drop out, and let the shoulders come down to the ground. Breathe. Length through your spine, hold. Cross the hands the other way, drop out again through those legs. This is reverse happy baby, or so I've been told. And then bring those knees back in. And let's extend down through the left leg. There's a fly bothering me. Squeeze your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in. And then release it slightly. Move your hips over towards the right. Take your knee across the body. You can readjust your shoulders if you need to. You can extend your arms out if you want to. Now what you want to do here is drop your shoulder blades to the ground. and open your rib cage to the sky. Shoulder blades to the ground, rib cage to the sky. Release, recenter the hips, extend it out through your right leg, hug your left leg in, squeeze it in. Your hip flexors may be a little sore, we have stretched them quite a bit. And then soften it out, shift your hips to the left and drop over to the right. Maybe shift your shoulders if you need to. As you extend your arm, drop your shoulders down to the ground and then open the rib cage up slightly to the sky, just a little, so that you really feel that stretch through the back. Your knee of that bent leg does not have to reach the floor. It could. Your foot could be resting on your leg, or it could be out over a little bit more, which might get you closer to the floor, but really find what feels good. And release that out. Let's do one more butterfly pose. Extend out through the arms, reach it up, stretch your shoulders up, and release and rest the hands down onto the thighs. You can turn the palms down. 3 deep breaths. Every time you take a breath, think of something you're grateful for. And if this is just bliss, heaven on earth, you can stay here. If you would prefer to give those hips a little rest, bring the knees up, walk the feet out wide, drop the knees in together. Feel how your spine drops down into the floor a little more. Here we are in constructive rest or active relaxation pose. You can rest here, arms wherever you like. And if this is just bliss, you can rest here. Or if you'd like to, and Shavasana is your jam, then go ahead. Feet down to the edges of the mat, arms out, slightly away from the body. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels, flatten your shoulder blades out, lengthen your neck. Deep breath in. Exhale. Surrender. Send loving thoughts to your entire being, your spirit, your mind, your body, your beautiful, wonderful, strong, mobile, flexible, healthy body. And all of that goes for your mind and your spirit as well. Be, unfold, surrender, dissolve. And then gently deepen your breath. Now you can stay here as long as you like, of course, but it is time for me to wrap up this little video. So wiggling out my fingers and toes, maybe having a lovely stretch out. You can hug your knees and roll to your side and gently come up, or if you like, you can rock and roll a little bit forward and back and roll a little bit way up. Thank you so much for joining me for this lovely, strong practice. Not crazy strong, but just a nice thing to build strength into your body and enjoy and embrace how amazing your body is. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, press the subscribe button and also the little bell, because that will give you the notifications of when the videos come out every single week. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome, awesome week.